The BodyArmor Pro Series has been all across the world, but tonight we're back in America. We're excited for this one because it's Pro Series night after dark here in the Armory Digital Superspeedway. Some late night racing action on the high banks of this fictional superspeedway in Seattle, Washington. You know it's going to be a crazy race, as it always is. Let's see who gets it done in the Grand Prix of Armory Digital here tonight from the Armory Digital Superspeedway in the 2024 BodyArmor Pro Series. Hello everybody, this is AG here, and welcome to the Armory Digital Superspeedway for race number 8 of the season. After tonight, we'll be halfway through the BodyArmor Pro Series season, and what a season it has been so far. So many different things have gone on, so many great races. We're here at one of our favorite fictional racetracks in the game, the Armory Digital Superspeedway. We're going to see some very fast action here tonight, but a special night as well. I will not be calling the race. We got ourselves both Andrew Miller and Eddie Debs calling tonight. Of course, Eddie called the Indianapolis Elimination Series race the other day, so you know what's going on over there. But these guys, they've been around a lot longer than those Elimination Series guys. So Eddie, how do you think these veterans are going to play it out here tonight in this 2.6 mile superspeedway?
Yeah, I mean, coming back to a track I know well, one of Duncan's, I guess, first successes in the league, and being able to see the veterans going at it is certainly something, I'm excited for. I know that track was very chaotic back when we went in the Sprint Series, so, I'm just here for a fun race.
And it's going to be a fun one, no doubt about it. And, of course, Andrew, you just mentioned before we got started here, you got that little straightaway in between turns 1 and 2. But interestingly enough, that doesn't seem to be the trouble spot. The trouble spot here is usually down the front stretch where the start-finish line is. So what do you think makes those guys kind of crunch up there going into turn number 1?
If I had to take an estimate, it's because it's not your traditional, Daytona or Talladega tri-oval. It's more of, a very awkward, not straightaway, but it is the slightest little left-hand turn. It's almost like a D, where it's just an elongated left-hand turn. And if you're not on the inside through that area, you're taking such a longer route around there that those guys are probably really pinching each other to try to get the shortest route that they can, because at a track like this, track position, of course, really isn't going to be all that important. However, where you are on the track in relation to inside versus outside is going to be a big factor. I think the inside lane is going to be where you want to be, and these guys know that, but the natural groove of the track kind of sends you out toward the outside, so that's going to be a big game of chance that these guys are going to be playing.
And it's definitely going to be fascinating to see if they can, in fact, get through the whole race without an accident. Of course, our last race at the Rockingham Motor Speedway, we had a wreck on lap number 2. So we'll have to see if that ends up being the case here tonight. Of course, when the Sprint Series came here in April, that race went caution-free, and it was 24 laps as well as the one we've got here tonight. And hey, these guys do have some more experience, so maybe we will go caution-free. But who knows how it'll play out. We do know that Christian Master is the points leader coming into this one by 1 point ahead of Nathan Stapleton. And of course, only the top 10 finishers receive championship points in each race with the F1 points format. Christian Master won in Indianapolis back in May. Nathan Stapleton, the only 2-time winner this season, right behind him there in points. Joe Rutkowski is 8 points behind. Thomas Troxel 10 points behind. Nicholas Samedeo 13 points behind. And Blaine Keys 15 points behind, the only drivers who have gone the victory lane this season. And they all hold the top 6 spots in the points coming into tonight's event. Starting on the pole is Stuart Gratton in the number 18, and we kind of been talking about Stuart over in the Sprint Series. He's had a couple of opportunities over there to get a race victory, but he has not won on the channel as a driver since 2018. Alongside Blaine Keys there in the number 99, who we know is a very fast driver no matter where he's at, going for his 20th career win on the channel. Drew Webb and Hergel Irvin Alonso in row number 2. You got Brad Stover and Matt Tuck in row 3. Ludovic Charette and our last winner, Joe Rutkowski, in row 4. Justin Zeidel, Reggie Fogelman make up the top 10. You got Caleb Rose and Travis Crampton. Agar Barreto and Trey Bartow. Logan Williams and Nathan Stapleton. Our points leader, Christian Master, to the inside of Tanner Parton. Nicholas Samedeo and Thomas Troxel, who is also going for his 20th career win on the channel, which actually, I'm wrong about that, he already has number 20. because he got that win at Wawa Indy Nazareth. So congratulations to Troxel on that win a couple weeks ago. Dylan Matthews, Jesse Turner, and then Derek Campbell and Chase Harris. And any of these 24 drivers can go to victory lane here today because of the way these guys cycle through. It's going to be fascinating to see how it all gets done. Let's go ahead and get these guys to roll off. Going to hand the mic over to Andrew and Eddie, and they will take the call for 24 laps here in the Grand Prix of Armory Digital.
We're going to get these guys rolling off here at the Armory Digital Superspeedway. And my first time taking the lead commentator role in quite a while. So to everyone who is up late tonight to watch this thing, bear with me. It's been a hot minute, especially for an offline race. But around this really, really neat pit exit, take a look at this. Just this big structure on the inside of the racetrack here. We'll lose them on the banking there. I can attest to the fact that that is also very high banking coming through there so that these guys can get up to speed if they ever did need a pit, which of course in this race they will not. But yeah, 24 laps at this track. That is going to be plenty of time for these guys to cycle all around. Pretty much any form of track position. You can probably throw it out the window here as far as starting position because they're going to be all over the place throughout this one. Eddie, I will throw it to you in the tradition. I want to see who you think might be able to get it to victory lane here tonight.
Well, after watching the Sprint Series, I'd like to say, especially after this year and all sorts of racing, I believe lightning can strike twice. So the number 20 spot, which of course is Thomas Troxel looking for his 21st win, I think that can happen. I think he can get up there. I think he can hold it. I think number 14 can take it home. Number 21 in victory lane. Or one of the most consistently good drivers in all series so far this year.
Yeah, Troxel, that's a good safe bet right there, and that awesome throwback scheme that he's running on that number 14. I absolutely love that Atwood car. So, coming to the green flag here, the 18, Granton, and the 99, Blaine Keys. Going to bring them down here. Pace car is going to tear up its bumper for getting onto the flat there. And here we go. For 24 laps around this crazy blue super speedway. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you, Alex, for allowing me and Eddie to call this thing. Coming into the restart zone. Underway, double file here at the Armory Digital Superspeedway. Going off the turn 4 here, already seeing 4 wide. Holstead restored. Granton going to already fall back. Looks like this first lap ledge going to be close. Be the 13. Remember that one there for Drew Webb. Going to get done, but the inside lane currently held by the 53, Brad Stover. And I believe is that the 15. Indeed it is. That is Caleb Rose coming up through the field here. Another heavy contender in this one. But this is pretty much exactly what I meant. Track position at the start of this race was completely irrelevant. Credit to Granton for getting the pole, but yeah, that's going to be right out the window here. They're all over the place, 4 wide indeed.
That's going to be Jesse Turner is going to get the most of it. And Caleb Rose up there with only 2 points to the season so far. I'm sure he's going to do whatever it takes to get some points today, especially with how much this is going to shuffle out, how much cycling is going to happen. And, I mean, at 53, Stover just led 2 laps in a row. That's kind of a... Oh no, Webb held it first, but I guess it's kind of a miracle to be up that. Or but he's not going to last too long. Because here comes Jesse Turner, and there is Travis Crampton.
I'm surprised to see Crampton up there either. Of course, good friend of another participant in this race, Nathan Stapleton, who's currently right in the middle of that mess there. You see him in the number 97 at Powerade Machine. My team owner, who I have, well, I don't know if I should say what happened to my what happened to me in that series, but but now it's all good. Nathan, also a good dude, but looks like we're starting to settle it down a little bit. Going 3 wide now. Going into turn 1, and then that short little straightaway here, and then back into the turn again. That's just enough to throw you off your rhythm just a little bit, but as long as you're ready for it, it's usually not going to throw you off too bad.
As much as Caleb wants to hold, we got our points leader cycling up to the front, except for over on the Chick-fil-A car, Chase Harris ducks to the inside of them. The Mountain Dew car right behind him, too. So, I mean, we're seeing what we expected to see. Heck of a lot of cycling. A lot of spread out cars in the back, but it's mostly 3 wide throughout this course. But again, wide enough. There's not a lot of look like accident potential at all so far. We just after that 4 wide scare. And here comes that 48 of Nicholas Samadillo. Of course, it's Mr. Edge. Probably has the biggest edge of anyone, given how well he can close out races to take this one. Ooh, but and here's another one. 38. Logan Williams just went underneath him. I'm pretty sure they're teammates at some point, at least somewhere. I'm fighting it out for the top 5.
Way up here, and Samadillo going to get put in that 4 wide. Oh, that's close there with Fogelman. Oh, man, and the number 7. But they're all going to keep it settled, at least for the moment. But we are back to nearly 4 wide. 15 is going to lead at the stripe there for Caleb Rose. And I'm actually surprised at how multi-group it is, at least up at the very front. 15 is holding it decently well. Crampton has not been able to clear him yet, although now he's got some help from the 7. So we'll see what that's going to be able to do for him. There's plenty of room to go 3 wide. 4 wide gets a little tight, as you can see, even though there is room for it. But yeah, these guys are just going to be pinching each other down to try to get that inside lane to work. But like I said, credit to the 15. He's making it stick. And the 82, Jesse Turner, has not really dropped back as of yet. Still managing to hold it up there. Goodness gracious, they're 99. Way down.
Blaine Keys starting the front. Went all the way back. Now back up to what looks to be just about 5th right now, ahead of Fogelman, and the 39 is Julio Alonso right now. That low going into turn 1 and 2, I'm surprised he didn't have to pull back. He's holding it right now. Just again, it's starting to get, we can see some of that veteran experience, because a lot of drivers just being able to hold on to the front spots. There isn't too much cycling like we saw in the sprint series, where it seemed like every other moment there's a new leader. So Caleb being Crampton in the front for these last couple laps, really showing there's some veteran experience coming into these races, and they are definitely proving that pays off.
Yeah, best of the best right now. We've got double file up here for the first several rows. And the first 3 wide, looks like that is Justin Zidell. And then the 16 also in that. That is Christian Master. The points leader, hoping to just kind of keep it clean and maybe try to get at least a few points out of this thing. Because as they said, top 10 points only with the F1 points format. So, I mean, if you can just keep it in the top 10 in a race like this and get any form of points whatsoever, that's going to be good enough for you. My goodness, look at Grattan trying to get back up here. The pole sitter. We saw him fall back. He's trying to get back up here, and he's being aggressive, making it 4 wide once again. Really close there, 75 and 39, but they are going to settle it down. Oof, it just makes me nervous that we're only a third of the way through this thing, and they are getting that close. I know we had that caution-free race with the 24-lapper before, but they're right on that razor's edge, and it's making me pretty nervous, but we'll see.
I mind we're in Armory Digital. We're always on the razor's edge until Jesse Turner almost puts himself on the wall there. I don't want to say don't look now, but somewhere in the back, at least for the second, was the Powerade car of Nathan Stapleton, who currently out in front of Christian Master if he can just get into the points, which coming around, he's still not in the top 10. Still looking at that battle right now. Joe Rutkowski not in the top 10 either, so this could be a big moment for someone who's 20-30 points back to get that 20-point score, move in, or if you're Caleb Rose, your first top 5 of the season with a win, albeit he's still got to fight off guys like Logan Williams, or heck, even Trey Bartow going up and going out.
Yeah, Bartow coming up here in that Valvoline Toyota. But look at this now. New leader outright is going to be the 38 of Logan Williams. Credit to him. Going to lead this lap for sure. Tries to throw the block on the 75. We'll see if that 75 is able to get to the inside. Looks like he's going to get some help here from, that is the 06. First time, or yeah, 06, 05.
It's
Or am I
05.
completely?
Yeah,
It is 05. Okay, my apologies. I misread that number there. But Ludovic Charette, first time we've seen them up here, fighting for the lead. Justin Zeidel, though, coming back up here with Nathan Stapleton pushing him. But yeah, we're going to get another side-by-side battle here for the lead. There's some more four wide coming up here. Jesse Turner not in a good spot at all if he doesn't get the wall.
Playing key, so you count his stars. That just nothing went squirrely right there. If you want to talk about surprises, Chase Harris, 77. Only one top 10 so far, but right now... Ooh, wait.
Grattan in the wall.
No.
Oh, and he's going to lose the draft.
There goes the pole sitter. Maybe I didn't pick him, I guess. How about that, Stuart? And you're looking at the... Ooh, someone's going... Okay. All right, that was Derek Hamill trying to hold off Dylan Matthews at the bottom there for a second. It nearly looked like they were going below the line. Managed to hold it, but yep, here's Ludovic Charette with Chase Harris. And another Red Bull car, I believe that's 24, Justin Zeidel. And these are a couple guys, I believe, in the bottom 5 in points right now. Well, I was about to say that. Trey Bartol randomly in the wall.
He's somehow able to get it off of there before it really caught him and caused him to slow down, as it did with the 18, who Grattan sitting about middle of the point standings. He's going to be hoping and praying for a caution in some way, shape, or form, or at least some kind of crash that will take out a bunch of guys. But here comes Zeidel. Take the lead. Just barely over Charette at the moment. It's going to be close here at the line. Igor Barreto now coming up here as well in the 71 as Charette is going to lead the lap. But yeah, it's a lot of comers and goers. As we predicted, now Stapleton in the wall. Boy,
and that's huge, because I was about to point out pushing Master at the back, and now Stapleton, you can see them both in the picture right now. They're in the back, so neither of those guys getting points. Again, someone could make a huge jump here, especially if they're that far behind. We are halfway through the series, so I mean, at this point, any 20-point, 10-point haul helps. And there's Caleb Rose back at it again. Ludovic's still up front, and I believe that's Drew Webb in the cat. Number 13, he is pulling in and having to force Ludovic Charette to try and go down and block, but it's Charette, Rose, Webb, and just a gaggle of 3 wide cars back there. I believe the bottom right there is Joe Rutkowski in the 47. He's only 8 points back. This would be huge if Master and Stapleton can't get back. I'm pretty sure this would put Rutkowski in first place halfway through the season. I'm certain he'd love that, especially the way he's getting up towards this point second by pushing Webb.
Great spot for him there. The only multi-time winner of the season so far. Only 2-time winner. Everyone else with a win only has that a 1 in the wins column. And of course, that is everybody in the top 6 in points has that win. But Rutkowski looking to make it number 3. And yeah, even if Master finishes second and Rutkowski wins, if my math serves me correctly, that would only bring it down to 1 point between the two. Stapleton also fighting his way back up here after getting into the wall. Look at him making a big charge there on that inside. Now going to go up through the middle.
He's bringing in Stapleton and Thomas Troxel, who's been in the back so long. If that inside line, 4 wide, of course, can work together. As long as Stapleton getting out of line there, this is about where you want to start pushing towards the inside. You got 8 laps to go. That's 7 coming on by, and at this point, it's go and hold, unless you really want to wait to the very end and just pray the inside line works out.
Well, it certainly worked out for somebody. Jesse Turner.
That worked out for somebody, but Jesse Turner pulling Brad Stover with him. They're starting to get clear.
Thank goodness. I mean, we were talking about Turner getting up into the wall, and it looked like he had a mishandling car or something was wrong. But just like that, he is back up to the front, and handily so, as you said there, Eddie. Bringing the 53 with him of Stover. Now Stover's going to look to take it for himself.
And they've also brought Joe Rutkowski, again, just trying to fight off Stapleton and Master. Jesse Turner's the guy who could really benefit from this. He's only 10th. He's still 34 points back. a 20-point gain at this point will put him, I mean, within a race of the leaders, assuming Kowski doesn't pull out too much. And I mean, he's right there, and someone just ducked way below. Ooh, that's a 54. That's Tanner Parton. Where did he come from?
We've been saying that a lot in this race. But yeah, I think of all the names that we have mentioned so far, Parton is one that we have not mentioned. And now he's coming up here into the top 5. We are at the stripe now, 7-6 to go at the stripe. And Samadio's coming back up here. And Rutkowski into the wall.
That's going to kill his momentum. And fortunately, killer to every person's momentum. Mr. Edge in the top 5 right now in the Mountain Dew car. That, he's just getting undercut by whoever that is. 37. Travis Crampton. Again, Mr. Edge anywhere near the lead. There's a couple laps left. Gotta be one of the scariest things on AG, the channel. So, I think if he can get back down, he can get it. But right now, he is stuck on that outside, especially 3 wide now. With that number 22 in the middle. So, it's gonna get interesting, especially if people are going to start using that inside line, going to start pushing for that inside line. Everyone in the back fighting for it. This is going to be, I mean, it's going to be chaotic. It's going to be interesting. Of course it is. But it's also going to be entertaining.
It's been all controlled chaos this entire race. So, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there. But, go ahead.
I was about to say, Tanner Parton, speaking of chaos, another middle of the pack driver jumping in, and he's bringing Travis Crampton with him again. Couple of guys, 9th and 11th. They certainly want some points to try and catch the leaders. And again, although that 53 is holding strong on the outside, maybe Brad Stover can pull this one home. Comes off a win after there's only been 2 top 10s this series so far. We're not the best series right now.
Regular there, but don't count out the guy that we have seen with a lot of speed here. And I believe that's him coming back on the inside lane, 15 of Caleb Rose. Back on the inside. Going to put Crampton 3 wide, or 4 wide, 5 wide.
Ooh,
for a moment. Oh, no.
Don't do it.
Okay.
Into that danger zone. Yeah, the danger zone. A wreck right here might end things.
Yeah, it's point of no return at this point. Thankfully, the 99 was able to get in front of the 97, and they did not end up going 5 wide. That would have been game over no matter what. But the 54 now clear out in front. Here comes Rose.
He's got Barretto behind him. I think him, Barretto, and Logan Williams right now looking for that bottom. Looking for everything. Ooh, Logan Williams looking for more. He's looking for the whole bottom line. He's not going to get it, but he's going to move up to 3rd. That puts him right where he wants to be. 2 laps to go. I think the guy we haven't talked about a lot, Matt Tuck in the Hurt 79. Just pulled right behind him. Those 3 you're going to have to watch out for. Blaine Keys, Drew Webb still in there. Webb's going to try and go even farther below. That's a testy move right there. Putting 4 wide in the top 10.
The Drew Webb, goodness. The Drew Webb was going below the double blue line, which, I mean, it's NR. You're not going to get penalized for that, but, oh my goodness. So got a lap and a half to go. We got Logan Williams, and here comes the 79, Matt Tuck. Oh, geez, this is anyone's race. They're 5 wide.
Oh, good. Oh, okay.
Careful there, friends. But the white flag is in the air. If they make it to the line, we will race back no matter what. The 79 leads at the stripe here at the white flag. Look at Hamill with the big run. One in the wall further back.
With like 1 or 2 top 5 now fighting for the lead, and here comes Hamill on Tuck. These 2 desperately need a win if they want to stay in the race, even for the top 10 in points, let alone the championship. They're going to be side by side. No, not entirely, but they're going to be close in turn 3, and Drew Webb's stalking right there. I know he's going to want to make a move. We just saw him make a big one. Can he make it on Hamill?
Off the turn 4 there, Hamill gets clear. And with the power move, big block there on the 13 of Drew Webb, and it will be Derek Hamill with the power move into turn 1, going to get the win in car number 22. Hamill, who is not doing so hot, as you said, in points. 18th coming into this thing is going to get a big haul, and that is going to really help out his chances going into the second half of this season at maybe, just maybe, making something happen as far as that championship goes. 79, the great run there. Matt Tuck.
Matt Tuck takes second.
13.
Webb in third. Turner fourth. Fifth goes to Logan Williams. Sixth to Blaine Keys. Seventh, Caleb Rose. I'm sure he loves just getting a top 10 at this point. Eighth goes to Dylan Matthews. Ninth to Tanner Parton. And 10th, just barely getting some points, Justin Zidell. So a good part of the latter half in points so far. Just earned a lot. What's pushing their way. And again, I don't see no Rutkowski, no Stapleton, no Troxel, and no Christian Master. So a lot of people just played catch-up right there that desperately needed
they did.
Half.
Even Sam Adio, no points.
Blaine Keys and Drew Webb are the only two who were closer to the top in points who managed to gain any advantage on those up top. Very interesting race. That was fun. That was some good stuff. And that is Derek Hamill's first win as a driver this year. He won the opening event of the Truck Series a year ago. And we'll have to see if he uses some of that skill to do well at Daytona about a month from now with the opener of the Truck Series coming up. But how about that race? I thought Matt Tuck was going to get it there near the end. Not enough for the 79, but Derek Hamill out of nowhere gets the last lap pass and the race victory here in the Grand Prix of Armory Digital. Matt Tuck, Drew Webb, Jesse Turner, Logan Williams, Blaine Keys, Caleb Rose, Dylan Matthews, Tanner Parton, and Justin Zidell all receiving championship points here today. And like you guys mentioned, no Christian Master, no Nathan Stapleton, no Joe Rutkowski, no Thomas Troxel, and no Nicholas Samidio. The top 5 drivers in points all failing the point here today. And we'll go ahead and actually show you guys, and I actually completely forget that this is something that we do, the fastest lap. So Travis Crampton has the fastest lap, so he'll get the pole at Kentucky Speedway a couple weeks from now, and that is huge because that's a tough place to make passes. And how about Travis Crampton, Nathan Stapleton locking up the front row there. Take a look at the rest of the fastest laps for your reference for our next one at the Kentucky Speedway. And how about that race? And Derek Hamill just kind of came out of nowhere, but that was kind of the story of the race. We saw a lot of guys hit that outside wall, but they managed to keep it clean. Thoughts on this one, guys, and what a race we saw here from the Armory Digital Superspeedway.
Well, it was about as much cycle racing as I was expecting it to be, but also at the same time, the fact that guys were able to hold it on the outside lane a little bit better than I anticipated. So that actually made it really, really exciting instead of just, all right, you get up there, you lead a lap or two, and then off you go to the back, and then you get up there again. It's the kind of super speedway racing that I've never cared for. So the fact that we were able to see a lot of multi-groove action here made it way better, way more exciting, and yeah, guys really moving all over the place. The fact that we survived a 5-wide situation there coming to the white flag, I cannot believe that they did. Technically twice, but that second one especially was pretty egregious. But hey, they made it work, and congrats to Derek Hamill. That was a lot of fun. I hope I did well for you guys.
I think you did well. I think I did well. That might just be me. Anyway.
You guys did a great job.
Again, in my mind, this was exactly what we wanted out of Armory Digital, especially what we got out of the veterans. We got a lot more, upfront time for definitely some of the better drivers, from Caleb Rose all the way to Blaine Keys. A lot of the, I guess, best of the best, showing why they are the best by holding things together. And I said this about the elimination series that just came out, but this is a series shuffler. This is where things get interesting. We're halfway through. A lot of people just got points. A lot of people just caught up. I'm sure if you're Blaine Keys and Drew Webb now tie Christian Master on top 10s, you're thinking you can pull off a couple more good races. You can be there. You can be there come the final race, and you can take a Pro Series championship, which would be great, especially for two guys currently in the chase, fighting for whatever they can get. Sure, as like Troxel and Tuck, for heck's sake, getting second despite not a great run in the Pro Series, but also chase driver. 7 of the 12 drivers in the chase here kind of expected something really good, and what we got was really good. So I mean, thanks to Andrew Miller, thanks to EG, this was a hell of a run.
It was definitely a great race here at the Armory Digital Superspeedway. Hope you enjoyed, and now you get some sleep, at least on the East Coast. Definitely a late time, and hope you guys enjoyed some Pro Series racing after dark. Our next race 2 weeks from now from the Kentucky Speedway. That'll be an interesting one because, yeah, I know, Kentucky Speedway, we know all have the memes about that. The Kentucky Series from 5 years ago, y'all remember that? Remember that April Fool's Day joke? But hey, it'll still be one of the more legitimate races that we got this season, and track position is going to mean a lot. Going to be fascinating to see how that ends up shaking out for these Pro Series drivers, because it's a track that we have not been on in a long time, and we've never actually been on the reconfigured version of Kentucky either, so it's essentially a new track for all these guys. Going to be a fascinating one to see how it all goes down, but it's going to be also interesting to see how the points shake out, and you'll see those on your screen in just a moment. This weekend, Road America for the Sprint Series, and then the Wawa Cup Series, of course. Wawa Cup Series getting really interesting over there. 6 races left to go until a champion is crowned in both series, and we got 2 road courses back-to-back during the Olympic break, so when there's no real-life NASCAR going on, we've got some road course racing for you here, and plenty of racing on the channel here for the next couple of weeks. We're going to see how it all goes down at the Storm Bowling 400K on Saturday, because that championship battle is going to be tight, and Road America is a big equalizing racetrack. Last year, Justin Zeidel won that race late in the regular season, and Zeidel didn't really have the best of seasons before. After that, we could very well see ourselves a surprise winner on Saturday, and even a surprise winner at Watkins Glen 2 weeks from now. It's going to be fascinating to see how the next 2 races play out. But thank you guys so much for watching. Huge thanks to Andrew Miller and Eddie Debs for calling this race. They did a fantastic job. Hope you enjoyed their commentary here tonight. And we'll see you guys next time out from Kentucky 2 weeks from now here in the BodyArmor Pro Series. Congratulations to Derek Hamill on his race victory here at Armory Digital. Here are the points after 8 races, and I will see you guys later.